Hello, how you guys doing today? And I just have to let you guys know, this one of these stories that's hard to talk about. It's painful, it's heartbreaking, and truthfully, it's one that never should have happened. We're talking about a death of a 3-year-old baby. Loving, they called him KJ. He died in the backseat of a car. Left there for 5 hours in the summer heat of Birmingham, Alabama. And the person who left him there, a social worker, someone who is supposed to be trained, responsible, and trusted. Let me walk you through it all, okay? KJ was in a temporary foster care. On July the 22nd, a contracted social worker picked him up from daycare around 9 o'clock that morning. He was scheduled for a supervised visit with his biological father. The visit ended at about 11:30 a.m. in the morning. And after that, KJ was supposed to be taken back to the daycare. That never happened. Instead of returning him safely, the worker decided to go on a personal trip, first picking up food, then stopping at the tobacco store, and finally heading home. She parked in her driveway. When she went inside her home and left the baby in the car. He was in that vehicle from 12:30 p.m. until 5:30 p.m. 5 whole hours. The car was off, the windows were up, and the heat that day was 108 degrees. Inside that car, experts, they estimated it reached over 150 degrees or more inside that car. Then they found him at 6:03 p.m. He was still strapped in his car seat, unresponsive. And just like that, KJ was gone. Let that sink in, y'all. This child was in the care of the system, in the care of someone who is paid to protect him. And he died alone in silence in the backseat of a car. Now, I don't know about you, but I cannot understand how something like this happens. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't a misstep. This was neglect. It was neglect. Plain and simple. The state has confirmed that the worker was fired. They said the individual worker of the services, a private contractor with Alabama DHR, the Department of Human Resources, they released a statement saying this: a child in DHR custody was being transported by a contract provider when the incident occurred. That provider was terminated, the employee involved. But here's the part that doesn't sit right with me. There's been no arrest. None. The Montgomery Police Department interviewed the worker, but no charges has been filed. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I know this. When a child dies after being left in a hot car for 5 hours and that child was under someone's professional care, that is not just an accident. That is a criminal neglect. That is neglect. That is cause for charges. That is a cause for accountability. This family didn't lose their baby to illness. They didn't lose him in an accident that no one could predict. They lost him because someone was careless, because someone forgot to check the back seat. KJ parents released a statement, and I want to share those words. This is a parent's worst nightmare. our baby should still be alive. And they are absolutely right. KJ should be alive today. He should be laughing, running, playing, and looking forward to his 4th birthday. Instead, his parents are left planning a funeral. And the person responsible, she is walking free. Let me say this clearly. When you walk in child welfare and you don't get to have an off day, you just don't. You don't get to forget. You don't get to go home and say, I messed up. You are responsible. You are entrusted with children's lives. And when you violate that trust, you should be held accountable. This case hurts. It really hurts so deep because I've seen this happen before. Personally, my own sister died in a car like this when I was young. So I know what this family is feeling. The shock, the confusion, the grief that never lets go. That's why I'm speaking about this. That's why I'm using my voice, because KJ deserves justice. According to reports, this is the first hot car death in Alabama in 2025. But across the country, at least 16 children have already died this year in hot cars. And let me be real with you all. Most of the times, it's our babies. Black and brown babies. Children in poverty. Children in the system. These are the ones who keep getting left behind. And frankly, we're just tired. So to the officials in Birmingham, to the Jefferson County DA, to the Alabama DHR, we are watching, we're waiting, and we are not letting this go. Because KJ deserves better than this. His family deserves answers, and we all deserve to live in a world where no child is forgotten. Not by the system, not by the people hired to protect them, and not by the law. Rest in peace, KJ. We will say your name, we will tell your story, and we will not stop until justice is served. This has been Gigi Crime Watch. Stay aware, stay informed, and most of all, stay human. I love you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here. And I'll see you guys on the next upload.